let's talk about how to profit from your book, because success doesn't come to you, you go to it. And there are a few ways you can profit from your book. You can profit directly or indirectly. Direct profit from book sales looks something like this. Physical launch, for example, invite friends, family, coworkers to celebrate the birth of your book to the world. Lectures, if you're the type of person who does lectures for your work. They can't take you home, but they can take your book home, right? So try selling your book at lectures. Workshops, if your business or you regularly holds workshops, you can use this workshop to sell your book or the book to sell your workshops. It can be a whole domino effect there. Direct to consumer sales. You never know who might be interested in your book. So always keep a few copies with you, maybe in the trunk of your car, just in case you strike up an interesting conversation with someone and they happen to be interested. So you never know who your content is going to resonate with. Online sales, and this is limitless when it comes to electronic and audiobooks, since you're paying for access. Even with print-on-demand books, you're using third-party printers and you don't even have to do anything. The supply is endless. Something else you might consider is launching a PPC campaign, pay-per-click campaign with ROI, return on investment, meaning you'll only pay if people click on your ad, and you'll be able to tell how many conversions you got or how many people clicked on the ad and bought your book against how many people clicked on your ad and didn't buy your book. And in the future, we will be able to offer all of these marketing services directly on the BooxAI platform as well. And that's because our goal is to have our algorithms create and design an ad for you so that you can market your book through our platform, which will be doing all the optimization for you. And all you'll have to do is put in the marketing budget and you'll be able to see how much money you're getting from sales. And we're working on it, but we're developing technology to make sure that your ROI is always positive. So again, if you work with us today, you'll be able to have access to all of these new up-and-coming platforms for free when they're available in the future. Now, sale of copyrights abroad. I know I clicked to that bullet a little before I needed to, but once your book is a success, you can go to book fairs and conferences where publishers from all around the world will be. And, some of these are, like, you may have heard of the Frankfurt Book Fair, Buchmesse, the Bologna Children's Book Fair, the London Book Fair. There's a ton of book fairs. Our founders are there all the time, to network with literary agents and publishers who may be interested in selling copyrights all over the world. And we have customers who have succeeded in doing this already, and it's really great to see. And customers who have translated and sold their books in other countries and made a profit from that as well. Okay, let's now talk about indirect profit. And a lot of these tie into the practical reasons why you might want to write a book that we talked about at the beginning of this webinar. You don't know what opportunities might arise because you're now a published author. So first, strengthens business, personal branding, and credibility. It establishes your authority on whatever topic you're writing about. People will take you more seriously. There's likely a higher chance that people will purchase your services because you've established the credibility by writing a book, that you have enough to say about something that you wrote a whole book about it. And even if you're writing a book that has nothing to do with your business, you have a tech startup and you're writing a children's book, let's say, should it come up with one of your clients or colleagues, it's definitely something worthy of respect, even if it has nothing to do with your, career. Because writing a book is I'm doing great this late into the webinar, a respectable endeavor. It's no small feat, is what I'm saying. It is more memorable than a business card. Again, people respect books more than they respect a small 2x3 sheet of paper. It is a permanent place on someone's bookshelf. If someone buys your book, even if they don't read it right away, they most likely won't throw it away. And you'll be on their shelf and in their minds every time they walk by their home library. There's also a chance for others to share your book. When they're done reading it, they can pass it along to a friend, and maybe that friend will be a potential reader for your next book. And people say this all the time, that word of mouth is the best form of advertising, but publishing your own words and having them be shared might be even better. Opening doors and new opportunities. You have no idea, who might come across your book and who might be inspired by it. And people look at you differently once you're a published author. And this is only the beginning, right? It could be your first sale out of many, and you could be building a community for your future books. Someone might find your book and want to book you for a lecture. And at the end of the lecture, you can sell more of your books, and then you can sell a seminar or a webinar or a course. So really the opportunities are endless. And not to mention the fostering community aspect. Like, everyone who purchased your first book is a potential reader for your next book, and so on. And as we mentioned earlier, there will be a future community management section on our platform where you can really engage your readers. And this, we're envisioning this as, a place where your readers will be able to, not only you'd be able to communicate with them, but they'd be able to communicate with each other. And you'd also be able to, maybe give them a sneak peek or a hidden chapter, or, things like that, perks for being loyal supporters of your work. And then just a quick tidbit too about all of this is that if someone has your book on their shelf, you can't communicate with them through the book. It's an offline product. So even if it's an ebook, it's still an offline product. So we're really hoping to introduce this community management platform very soon in the future.